ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Fireforce. Now, the first core ended, but they're going straight into it. So, episode 14 is here, and it's time to get some new characters, and also get more into Shinra's past. Now, let's get into it and see exactly what happened. We see at the 8th, Vulcan is working on some new contraption, so to say, one of his gadgets. And he's also still thinking about Lisa, what she's been through with Dr. Giovanni. She feels better, but what Dr. Giovanni did to her is still affecting her very much. Now, hopefully, she's gonna be able to get over it. Vulcan and everybody else, of course, is gonna be there to support her, but it's still a long way for her. Now, we also find out that Shinra was at the Haijima facility before he joined the academy. Arthur also starts again getting into it with Shinra, accusing him of being a spy. They get into a small fight, more like a comedy relief moment, so to say, between them. That's their relationship, always getting into fight. Vulcan, of course, stops them with his rocket-powered animal fists of some sort. I think that was the gadget he was working on. But as for the experiments, he says that he was there before he could control his power when he was younger. Now, Licht comes in, and this is where stuff are getting a bit more serious. Because he wants to discuss something important, he gathers everybody up, and I like this moment quite a lot, honestly. Especially Iris's reaction. Because he says to all of them, hey, I'm admitting I'm a spy for Haijima Industries at the 8th, sent there to keep an eye on Shinra. Everybody there just simply knows, no reaction. Yeah, we knew, except Iris, poor girl. Wait, what? No? Is he a spy? Is he not a friend of us anymore? Gotta love Iris, honestly. But yeah, of course, everybody knew, even us, every character knew. It's no surprise. But we also see Licht being Licht, just playing both sides, as the captain asked him, where are your allegiances? And he just says, to both. And the captain says, I don't think you're even playing both sides unless you're just playing for yourself, your curiosity. And yeah, he's right. But we also see that Haijima Industries is also very mad because they lost Shinra when he was there. They weren't able to bring out his Adola Link, his Adola Burst powers. And because of this, they kind of ramped up their experiments on kids and are doing worse and worse things. Basically, no regulation on the experiments. Kids are getting hurt, even losing their lives, just because they lost Shinra. Now, their plan, which I kind of agree with it, of course it's very risky. They want to use Shinra since Haijima Industries wants him there. They want to use him as a way to get in, to be able to investigate the facility. And this is the next mission for the 8th. Go in, all of them, to investigate Haijima Industries. Now, in the facility, we see that, if you guys remember the kid that got turned by a bug, by, what was that guy's name? Reka. By the lieutenant of the 1st, if I remember correctly. He got turned into an infernal, and he also got Adola Burst powers. They're running experiments on him there, and this is where we meet this new character, Kurono. Honestly, this guy seems to be a complete nutjob, having a fetish of hurting kids, manipulating them, bullying them, just basically doing every evil thing to kids he can possibly can. He likes to bully the weak, according to him. He also gets into it with the scientists there because they got too cocky with him. He's just all over the place. He seems to be a complete sadist, just trying to prove his power, just taking his anger out on everybody who he deems weaker than him. Now, he gets into this combat experiment with Nataku. He has zero qualms about beating him, wounding him, and they're trying to force him to use his Adola Burst powers. And this is where we see something very interesting about Nataku. The way he uses his power is sort of like a fire claw on his arm. he still sees Rekka on his mind, just pushing forward to use his power. Now, I don't know if it's the actual Rekka. I don't think it's just his trauma from what happened with him back in the incident, how he was turned into an infernal. Rekka is still in his mind over there, still has power over him. Now, I don't know how he's gonna be able to get over that. He even gets a Nadola burst link with Shinra when they walk into the facility. They're also lying about him not being there to Shinra, trying to keep them separated, not leak any information, so to say. But yeah, Kurono, like I said, complete nut job, seems to be all over the place. And apparently he's very comparable to Benimaru in terms of power. I don't know how true that is, but from what I've seen, he seems to be very powerful. But hey, Benimaru is Benimaru. Benimaru has the nickname or the code name the mightiest, and Kurono's nickname is the maddest. Kind of fitting, honestly. He has a messed up personality, completely fucked up, honestly. The way he sees the world, the way he acts, the way he interacts with other people, having zero issues with being an asshole overall. Even back in the day when Shinra was at the facility, ever since then he wanted to get into it with Shinra. He has a thing for bullying kids. He's fucked up, what can I say? Kurono, Mr. the Reaper, the maddest over here. Hopefully he gets his coming, so to say. He needs a good smack in the face from what I saw. Shinra still has bad memories about being in the lab over there. Of course, he was also treated as a lab rat. Now the experiments have gotten worse. He wants to save the kids. And we also see this new character, new girl, honestly playing with the kids there and with a doll. She seems to be different from everybody else, especially her eyes. I think she might be important down the line. I don't know, she just caught my eye. Something about her felt fishy, so to say. She even smiled when Shinra passed going into the facility. Apparently they also want to kill Licht, because he said so when they were going in the facility. And we also know because after the meeting they confirmed they want to kill him, the president. But Shinra also wants to protect him. Licht is also getting fonder of the 8th being there, but he's also willing to do everything and sacrifice everybody just to get to the truth. Even thinking about Joker, his connection to the 8th, his connection to Haijima, he just wants the truth and he's not fearful, just sacrificing everything to get to that truth. But it's time to see Kurono versus Shinra, apparently a combat experiment. And I gotta say, those scientists, researcher, however you wanna call them, they're completely insane. As soon as you put any data in front of them, they lose their mind, completely obsessive about it, zero issues with what they're doing and how they're doing to get that data, like tunnel vision on everything they had there. Those guys need to beat up also, same as Kurono, honestly. Experimenting on kids, damn. But like I said, the main experiment or fight this episode is Kurono versus Shinra. Now, Kurono instantly goes into his speech about bullying the weak, getting into Shinra's face, and I gotta say, those eyes, damn, those eyes, the way he looked at Shinra. He even admits he wanted to beat Shinra up ever since he was a kid. He's a bit disappointed now that Shinra grew up, that he got a bit stronger, that he's an actual man, not a kid anymore. This guy has a fucked up fetish, honestly, just bullying kids. But I gotta say, from what I've seen, he's very powerful. He also has his wounded arm. I forgot to mention. What was the name for it? Thrombosis or something like that. The wound on his arm. I think he overused his power, or maybe he did it intentionally by the way his arm works. Honestly, because the more he uses his powers, the more he's relying on his arm. Because his power seems to be smoke related, he can do so many things with that smoke, and he's in complete control of the fight with Shinra, even being able to react to Shinra's speed, mainly because he's using the smoke as a early detection system. The smoke is connected to him, is like a sixth sense over, in a way, being able to react while Shinra was using his speed. Can also create weapons from his smoke. He has some very cool attacks, honestly. Eclipse, black smoke attack, something like that, if I remember the name correctly. Veil attacks. Honestly, looks very cool. Too bad his personality is very fucked up. Because even when he is told to stop by the scientist, the researcher, he just covers the screen from where they were watching and he says he wants to keep going. And this is where the episode ends. Honestly, my opinion on the episode was a bit more serious. I'm glad about that, but I'm also a bit sad that Benimaru and Joker adventures are over, or apparently are over. Hopefully we get more. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, Kurono, this new character, he needs help. He needs professional help. I hope he's gonna get beaten to a pulp. He needs it very badly. Licht, please survive and get your priorities straight. Stay with the 8th. As for Shinra, he still had some stuff to get over, especially since he's back with the facility. He's triggering some past trauma for him. I don't know how they're gonna be able to save Nataku. I think they're gonna have to beat Kurono. But yeah, next episode is gonna be interesting how Shinra is gonna deal with Kurono, because honestly, I don't know how he's gonna defeat him. Kurono is in complete control of the fight. Maybe if he gets an Adola link, I don't know. Shinra has his work cut out for him. Now, as for the investigation, I don't know how far they're gonna reach. Of course, the experiments, but I think everybody knows about the experiments. I mean, the ones who are in power and they approve of the experiments. But yeah, they're gonna need to do something big to get one up over Haijima Industries. I'm curious how they're gonna handle every situation. But yeah, Kurono, fucked up personality, he needs a beat up. So let me know what you guys thought about it. I'm very curious. Thank you for watching. Keep enjoying Fire Force. I'm happy we're getting straight into second core part 2 of the second season. No pauses. So thank you again. See you on the next one. Bye bye.